couple of staff questions before we wrap this segment. Yeah. Because yesterday, one of the things Miles and I talked about, there was the report over the weekend from multiple different media outlets that Vic Fangio was becoming the next defensive coordinator of the Dolphins. Yeah. And in the 2 days, 3 days since then, there's been no announcement. And I've had people say, well, he's currently consulting with the Eagles and he can't take that job. Well, you know what? He can. He can take a job whenever he wants, wherever he wants, however he wants. He's not limited by anything. I made 100% sure of that yesterday. In the aftermath of the reporting, Vic Fangio himself told multiple reporters nothing's been decided, nothing's done yet. Word of the 49ers.
Yes.
And potentially replacing D'Amico Ryans emerged.
Right.
And now, remember, the report from Shefty, it was one of the Sunday Splash reports late in the season, Sean Payton and Vic Fangio teaming up. Now, it would be a little awkward for Vic Fangio to go back to Denver since he was the head coach there, but Gunther Cunningham went back to be the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs after he'd been fired as head coach of the Chiefs. And there's at least one other example of it that I'm forgetting where a coach has gone back as an assistant after being fired as the head coach. Look, these are all interchangeable. It's the best situation for me. Where am I likely to be successful? Where am I likely to enjoy my job the most? And, folks, the Broncos have a pretty damn good defense right now.
That's right. That's the point. Vic Fangio, he might have been flirting with Miami, but then when, San Francisco, and he went, whoa, wait, Denver and that defense too? Hold on a second. I'm not doing anything and committing to Miami yet. Can coach those two teams? That'd be interesting. It would be. And I would think that would slow his roll down as far as, making a commitment to a team right here. Miami, we know, has some great young pieces for sure, but those other two teams, they're already set. You know you're going to have a great defense. It's just how great is it going to be? The Broncos dynamic is interesting, certainly. And I will say the Broncos their personnel, I think, fits more of his scheme, Mike. Again, Fangio's a little more 3-4 rooted, right, as we've discussed in the past, where the 49ers, they've been Seattle scheme rooted. It's 4-3, and it's a little bit more, hey, just get in your gap and let's be fast and explosive. So I'll be interested. But that is a big thing to happen here soon. Vic Fangio, it is one of the great defensive minds in football the last 20 years, and who he pairs up with is definitely going to have an effect on the rest of the NFL.
And it's just amazing to me how many people think that the situation is like the typical two reporters with different sources, unnamed. You got Vic Fangio saying nothing's done yet. Yeah. And clearly nothing's done yet. It would have been done by now. If that report comes out on Sunday and he really is taking the job with the Dolphins, it's Wednesday, it would be done by now. If it was truly done on Sunday, he could still pick the Dolphins, but I think we're all at the point where we recognize it wasn't done on Sunday and may never be done. Here's one, Chris, that I thought of when you mentioned him earlier, and we talked about Drew Brees. Would you bring Drew Brees to Denver if you were Sean Payton? And I don't know whether you make him quarterback's coach. I don't know what you do, but would you want him to help you get Russell Wilson right?
Yes.
And teach Russell Wilson the way Sean Payton does things?
Yes. I think it goes back to the salesman thing. I'd want Drew there, not every day, but, hey, Drew, can you come 2 or 3 days, at the end of the first week of training camp? And then, hey, would you mind coming back, in 2 or 3 weeks for 2 or 3 days? Again, so Drew can also, help pump up the confidence of Russell Wilson, but two, just give thoughts that, hey, even a great coach like Sean Payton, he didn't play quarterback and have to deal with these things, where Drew can add simplifying things for Russell Wilson in his own brain too. Hey, when Sean used to call this play, he's kind of thinking this, and hey, I kind of looked at it like this always, and he'll give him little tidbits about the offense to make him feel comfortable. Let alone, I think it's just another thing to go, oh, hey, here, Drew's a good guy. Oh, it's cool. Man, Drew was awesome in this offense. Whoa, he still believes in it. Man, oh, okay, all right. I think it's all positive there. And I think Drew, of course, believes in Sean Payton and that offense as well, to where it would be easy for him to sell it to Russell Wilson.
And, he's still got that competitive fire burning. I'm sure he'd like to be involved in some capacity in helping the cause, being part of the team. And I mean, he was a short-term temporary member of the Purdue coaching staff earlier this year. Who knows? Maybe that gave him enough of a flavor that he decides it's something that he would like to do. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.